Failure is one of the most dreaded words in the world. No one likes to experience failure even once, but on the other hand, it is equally true that there is no one who has never come across failures. Sometimes it may seem that it is chasing us endlessly, and most of our actions are directed towards avoiding it in the fields that we are in or will be in the future. Most of us have come across failure, so we know very well that sometimes it becomes the scariest experiences of life. We are constantly being trained by our parents, teacher, school, by the society and the family to be successful, to pass all the tests, and to be the best in every competition. We have been told about the negative consequences of failing. One who fails is branded bad at work or brains. The fear of failure is literally programmed within each one of us. And failure gets conditioned as something negative, something which one should always avoid. But this prevents us from trying out new ventures and experiments with life, and in turn keeps away a lot of ideas we might have successfully implemented. Now, I have two questions to be answered. First, do we actually need to fear failure and run away from it? And the second, if everyone experiences it, how can one cope up with it, and what should be done when one fails? The answer to the first question is given by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, act. Do not worry about the fruits of the actions. Fear of failure leads to stress, which may in turn lead to actual failure. So do not be scared of failing. Rather, always take it as an option and plan, what if I fail? This is nothing to be ashamed of. We just need to define failure and success in our own terms. This requires us to be bold and decisive, to reject reliance on external validation and frame our own definitions. Often, paths chosen and actions done are based on what seems right to others because we love to be praised by everyone around us. This need for appreciation, often cited as dependence on external validation by the psychologists, is one of the main reasons behind this fear of failure. If we fail, we will not be praised. Maybe we become a laughing stock, and we start receiving and paying more attention to the cues from outside rather than from our inner self. Failure has been branded as a negative term by the collective conscience of human society. But it is not negative in reality. The human brain has been trained to take the following actions automatically after a failure. First, I have failed. I'm good for nothing. A negative picture of self-worth is immediately created by our own minds and is often augmented by the people around us. Second, everyone will mock me, so I need to hide myself and my failure. Third, the dreams about a bright future are shattered. Now nothing can be done. I need to start from zero, and that's going to be very, very difficult. Real education for all of us, as well as for our future generations, need to include positive coping strategies and rebranding of failure as a normal phenomenon in everyone's life. Now, here are some tips to face your failures. You do not need to take every test that you come across. That means you can choose your tests, and you do not need to pass every test that you take. Be prepared for failures too. Upon failing, accept it as a method of learning and a step forward in life. Re-evaluate the test taken and your efforts. If you find a mismatch, try to compensate for it. Try again if your heart says so. Believe me, when one door shuts, 100 others are waiting to be knocked upon. Look up and find them out. Try something new. Never ever build a negative image of yourself. This is the worst thing you can do to you. Rely less on external validation. Sometimes you will need to take a break from the standard norms and the social definitions given to the terms you might come across. Believe in what you think is right and then go for it. Avoid negative company. They can turn your failures into disasters. And last, give time to yourself. Do not be in a hurry. Remember, we never really lose anything when we fail. It's just that we stay where we are. Failure makes us more aware of ourselves. So do not fear it. Rather face it right into its eyes. Do not hide. Bounce back with calculated efforts. And I bet you'll achieve the real success at the end. Thank you.